Hello, welcome. Today, we're diving into a super useful skill. We'll learn how to connect your Python backend to your HTML frontend. This lets you create dynamic web applications. We'll cover the basics you need to get started. So, let's jump right in. First, let's talk about the big picture. Your HTML is the structure and content that users see in their browser. Python, on the other hand, handles the logic and data processing behind the scenes. The goal is to make them talk to each other. We'll use Flask, a lightweight Python web framework. Flask will act as our bridge. Install it using pip install Flask. Next, create a simple Python file, like app.py. Inside, import Flask and create a Flask app instance. Define a route using @app_route. This tells Flask what function to run when a user visits a specific URL. Inside that function, you can return HTML. Instead of writing HTML directly in your Python code, it's better to use templates. Flask uses Django for templating. Create a folder named templates in the same directory as your app.py file. Put your HTML files there. In your Python function, use render_template, your _template.html, to load and render your HTML. Now, let's pass data from Python to HTML. In your Python function, you can pass variables to the render_template function. For example, render_template, your _template.html, name equals John. In your HTML template, you can access these variables using name. Now, let's consider getting data from HTML to Python. We'll use forms. In your HTML, create a form with input fields and a submit button. Set the method attribute to either get or post. In your Python code, create a route that handles the form submission. Access the submitted data using request.form field_name for post requests or request.args.get field_name for get requests. Remember to import request from Flask. Once you have the data, you can process it in your Python code and send back a response to the HTML. Think about error handling. What happens if the user enters invalid data? You can use conditional statements in your Python code and pass error messages to your HTML template to display them. Finally, run your Flask app by adding if __name __equals __main __app run debug equals true to the end of your app.py file. Open your browser and go to the URL you defined in your route. You should see your HTML page. Experiment with passing data back and forth between Python and HTML. This connection is the core of many web applications. You've now learned the fundamental steps to connect your Python backend to your HTML frontend. Remember to practice and explore more advanced features of Flask and Django. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more coding tutorials. Your support helps me create more content like this. Also, feel free to leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below. See you in the next video.